Hello, people. Thanks for joining me. We're considering the book of Proverbs, especially in light of talking about wealth and money and what we perceive to be of high value here on this world. Now, we look around us and we see so many people who sort of fall from their faith sometimes. Again, they just get deviated, just get distracted. I'm not saying they lose their faith completely, but they just get so distracted by this thing called chasing after money. Solomon uses that terminology, it's not from me. He talks about chasing the wind. He talks about chasing after something that you can't catch, something that is elusive, something that is out there, you know it's there, but one day it's over here and the next day it's over there, and in the end you're exhausted and you've tried so hard, but it's just like trying to catch the wind. I think too that because money is such a great source of good, it can be used so very, very well. It's also a great source of potential evil or temptation to us. I heard it said, one person I heard say, that money is a great slave, but a terrible master. I think that's absolutely right. Our money should work for us, should work for the kingdom. We should make it something that is a good thing to have. So let's earn what we can, but let's use it very, very wisely. The temptation that we talk about is the temptation that we think that God might have blessed us because we've got lots of it. If we have lots of money, that's wonderful, but it may not be a source of God's real blessing. It might be meeting your perception of need. Oh, I need more, I want more. But God is saying that's not the real need. The real need is that you should know me more. The real need for you is that you should find me to a greater depth. So money has to come down on the scale of importance to us to put God at the top of our lives. And when God is at the top, we measure God's blessing, not by his provision, but we measure it by his presence. And you don't have a lot of money to enjoy the presence of God. I live here and work amongst people in the main who don't have very much. The majority of our country are living very close to or below the breadline. And yet I see for those who are believers an incredible source of joy. And I'm looking and saying, why is that guy happier with nothing than the other guy is happier with everything? And he's not happy at all. He's miserable. He's chasing the wind. And so I begin to realize as I put these two things together that money is not a source of happiness. It's a source of convenience, that's for sure. We need it. We've got to pay the bills. We've got to put petrol in the car. We've got to put food on the table. But I've got to tell people it's a rich source of temptation as much as it is a rich source of blessing. Not always for you, but for others. Please don't be fooled today to think that God's blessing can be measured by his provision. It can't. God's blessing is measured by his presence. We're coming up to Christmas right now, one of my favorite times of year, and we're thinking about the wonder of God with us. Emmanuel, God with us. Blows my mind that he would want to leave the glory of heaven and come down and live on this stinking planet, get abused and get killed. You know, that blows my mind completely. But that's the truth of what it is. God choosing to be amongst the poor. God choosing to be amongst those who are spiritually bankrupt. And God could have written us off, but he says, I have what you need. I am the bread of life. I am the living water. And when we find the richness in our lives of a relationship with Christ, and Christ alone, not Christ plus whatever we think he can give us, not Christ plus money, not Christ plus good health, not Christ plus all the toys. Christ alone is our source of joy, he's our source of peace, and the wealth of our relationship with him will determine almost completely the wealth of your soul. I hope you have wealthy souls at this Christmas time as you reflect on the wonder of God with us. Gonna have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.